His Excellency, sir, members of the State Council, the Bush of Festival has arrived in the state today. Festival of Unity went to His Excellency and the President's flag off in Abuja. So today, the same Festival of Unity is coming to Enugu State. Thank you, sir.
Let's talk about the big one in Nigeria, our own mini Olympics, National Sports Festival. Like we said, we had to wait for 6 years, but we're here. It's time to talk about it. We're looking forward to the opening ceremony, Abuja, 4 p.m.
Yes.
The razzmatazz and everything. There's enough to look forward to because a lot has been said, a lot has been put into it, a lot of assurances given from the people in Nigeria, the Federal Capital Territory, the minister in charge gave his assurances and everything. Pictures you have on screen when the festival,
when the torch
was moving around
across the country,
the states.
That's done now.
That's the event that heralded the games and is. And you know, when this happens, you know the the games is going to go on, and of course, at 4 p.m. today, everything starts.
I'm looking forward to the opening ceremony. I mean, that's what kicks it all off, and that's what gets me and you.
He shows the state of preparedness.
Yeah,
when you look at the opening ceremony, these guys are really ready.
That's what gets us. That's what pricks our interest. It gets us excited for the games, and hopefully. That pans out all right. And the games are proper. Will be very interesting as well. So since it's open and, we're going to see some big Nigerian athletes featuring in this one. Patience Okon-George has been on record as saying, yeah, she's going there to win gold. And you wonder who's going to beat Patience Okon-George over 400 meters. That'll be very interesting to see. Personally, I'd like someone else, a young star that is unknown.
Because that's the very essence of this.
It used to be the essence, and that's changed now, unfortunately. And another issue, pardon me for talking about issues, but it's only right I talk about it. The representatives of a lot of the states.
Started late.
Some don't even have the facility to train. Some had to go and train, in other states. And it's just an indictment of how sports is still not being taken seriously in this part of the world, despite the incredible potentials as the human potentials that we have. We can see the mascot there. It was an eagle. What's the eagle mascot?
There's a lesson I learned in 2012 when Malam Bolaji Abdullahi was the sports minister. That something he said then, that it's not about throwing money, it's about the quality. And I hope the states will learn that lesson. 2 months, 3 months, it's not going to work. We had 6 years to it wasn't supposed to be so. Yes. But let's say you had a couple of years, and we all still waited, folded our arms, and the athletes suffer. And now,
to be fair to them, though, a lot of uncertainty surrounding whether the competition was going to hold or not, right? So
that shouldn't affect grassroots sports development.
It shouldn't affect. Yeah, it shouldn't. I agree. But in terms of preparing for this particular competition, perhaps a lot of the states weren't ready. They didn't know. There was no time frame. There was no timetable. There was nothing for them to work towards.
It's just like an actor that doesn't do rehearsals properly. You're not going to get the best. We're denying ourselves of record-breaking efforts. A lot of things that this. Athletes, will do. Some events that we usually see, some have been cut off. A lot of adjustments, but
we're just glad it's going to take place finally.
And it's not going to. It's not for the athletes. It's huge, because this is probably the only opportunity that they have to announce themselves to the sporting world. And I hope some of them take the opportunity. And I hope that from this point we begin to give things like this the seriousness it deserves.
And another problem I have is the fact that, some athletes, I don't know what to call them, machineries.
Switch allegiance.
I mean, the fact that you can represent
Ondo,
and the next one, what's the point? What's the point? It affects the competitiveness of a competition like this. But these states are all desperate to win, so they go about recruiting the best athletes across the country just to top the medals and podium eventually. Another thing I'm looking forward to is the state of the stadium in Abuja. A lot has been said. I'm still said. Even as of yesterday night, I'm seeing reports about
some called it propaganda, but at the end of today,
we'll see
whether it's propaganda or not.
Right.
We have heard things.
About the cows.
That should not be. I didn't want to say that. We have heard things unprintable. Things we can't even say with our mouth. For a venue that's going to host.
We'll see today.
But we'll see today.
Right.
When the opening ceremony takes place. But it's not all doom and gloom. The athletes are ready. The states are ready. A lot of them are in Abuja. The contingents, lively, like some of the pictures you have on screen, that's Delta. They're ready. They say they're going there to win, to dominate as usual. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in that one.